All right. Thank you very much for participating in this evaluation. This is a group project for a graduate course in prototype development at DePaul University. The goal of this project is to evaluate the interface of our NeighborhoodWatch web and mobile applications and to coordinate the findings into a framework for analysis. The results of our evaluation will be summarized and presented to our internal team and later to our class. We're going to ask you to engage the NeighborhoodWatch application in order to better understand the logic of the application's layout as well as any aspects that may be confusing. We'll ask you to think out loud as you navigate the NeighborhoodWatch interface to complete the specified task we give you. We will provide you with verbal cues if required, but please remember that there is no right or wrong way to use this application. Your interaction and feedback regarding the application will provide us with valuable info for modifying and improving it. We'll be taking notes on what you say or think out loud as you navigate the interface to complete the tasks. Only your interactions with the application will be recorded in our notes. Your identity will remain anonymous, and thank you very much for participating again. Alright, here's the intro. This evaluation is to assess the usability of a new mobile application called NeighborhoodWatch. NeighborhoodWatch is an application that allows residents of a neighborhood to keep tabs on problem areas within their community. By harnessing the power of smartphones, GPS capability, and social networks, NeighborhoodWatch intends to enhance neighborhood safety through the collective awareness and action of the community. NeighborhoodWatch members flag problem locations within their community so that other members might keep an eye out for trouble at those locations. To encourage member participation and help other members determine if a location is being watched by other members, NeighborhoodWatch asks members with smartphones to check in to the flagged locations. This capability is only activated with GPS-enabled smartphones so that participation can be verified. The members that check in and contribute the most are rewarded with activity badges that correspond to their level of involvement. Okay, scenario 1. Imagine that you have already established a user profile. After coming home from work, you are driving through your neighborhood and want to check in to a flagged location that other members have concerns about. You just opened your phone and this is what you see for the mobile application.
Okay.
And you want to check into a location.
Okay. So I believe I need to log in.
You already have a username and password, so you can enter in anything.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
Right. This is just a prototype. Okay. So none of it will be, yeah, exactly.
And Schmitz.
Okay.
Alright, so it's showing the neighborhood. And this shows where I am currently?
Yes.
Okay. So it's showing this is the location that I can check into, Chicago and Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and just hit check in.
And what does it say?
It says check in at Division in Milwaukee. So check in or cancel.
Okay.
I can just check in. Although it said Chicago and Milwaukee down here. I'm sure it's space filler or place filler, right?
Okay.
So check in. And I have a map here. So the options, it looks like I have check-in option, and add watch location, capture photo. It's more
involved. Well, okay. So do you believe that you achieved your task of checking in?
I believe so.
Okay. What worked well? What didn't work well when executing that task?
Well, being a smartphone application, I would expect it to keep my username and password information in, so I could just open so once I had used it previously, I could just open the application and then have it be active. It would. I didn't really get a very strong confirmation that I had successfully checked in.
Okay.
I just kind of assumed that I had. I'm not really clear on what checking in to this location does. It looks like I could take a picture of if I see something sketchy going on. So, yeah.
Okay. Basically, it is predicated on the same idea that Foursquare is. So the more involvement you are, the more you recognize for that involvement.
Okay.
Through activity reward badges. So it shows your status within the community. But thank you for that feedback. Now use case 2.
Okay.
You want to add a location, and then for this we're going to use the left tab, because this will be the web-based application. So you're back at home and you're using this on your computer.
All right.
So you want to add a location. You're walking around your neighborhood and you come across a garage door that has been vandalized with graffiti. You want to add a location once you get home to your neighborhood site, so that your other members are aware of the trouble and can help prevent it from happening again.
Okay.
So you're on your website.
And I want to add a location.
Yes.
So I would click on Add Location.
Once again, you can enter in anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't really,
Vandalism. Oh, and graffiti. Right. Neighborhood activity. Huh. Add photo.
Is something confusing?
No, I'm just looking at the. And it's not really clear what the difference between neighborhood activity and crime activity is. I see now that neighborhood activity seems to be more like positive events that you want to share.
Okay.
At least that seems to be my take on what the options are listed here. Yeah, it was. It seemed a little strange because the first thing that jumped out to me was synagogue activity. It was like I was looking at a list of crimes, and then I was like, oh, so someone's tracking what is going on at the synagogue. But I see now that it's positive, or maybe positive things you want to share.
Okay.
So then you could add a photo, it looks like, or enter the time that I saw it, and a note, and submit. I'm going to suggest an intersection. And confirm. Okay, good.
So do you feel that you achieved the task of adding a location?
I believe so.
Okay.
I didn't add, but I assume that the location I added would show up on this list.
Oh.
Theoretically.
Okay.
Oh, but I guess that might not be a great assumption.
No, but that's good feedback.
Yeah, I would like to have some kind of feedback of that I achieved what I was doing.
Okay. And what worked well, what didn't work well? You just told me what didn't work well, one aspect. Is there anything that worked well?
No, the rest. Otherwise, it was pretty straightforward. I was able to see where to add a location. I was able to enter basic categories of what I thought needed more neighborhood watch activity. It seemed pretty straightforward to add a location and whatever extra data. Of course, I was responding to your case where it was graffiti on the garage door.
Right.
It's possible. I didn't really notice what general entry stuff there was to do if it was a different kind of situation.
Okay.
But I didn't really notice.
Now we're going to edit profile.
Okay.
So you're on the web-based version of the application, and you have used the Neighborhood Watch application for a few weeks, and now you would like to edit your profile to add a picture or add more information about yourself.
Okay.
So how would you do that?
I'll click on Edit Your Profile, and it'll be located up here at the top. So change picture. It looks like there's a link here to click to upload a picture, and different fields that I could enter things into. Bio and save, looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
And general navigation questions. Do you feel comfortable navigating this site? Would you feel like you could get the information you're looking for regarding activity in the neighborhood? And if there's any information that you would like to have, what would that be? That's not there. And this is a prototype, so the map, that big screen with the map, there should be a map, but it's just blank right now.
Okay.
And everything else is, it's not stylized, but it's supposed to be a raw draw up of it. So.
I think what I would like to see is, it seems like there is like this. It looks like this is a list of places that I've checked in recently. Mm-hmm. And what I'd like to be able to do is see, like, kind of sort for like most recent things in my neighborhood. Maybe like sort by certain types of problems in my neighborhood. Like I could say, show me all the graffiti that's been reported, or show me, all the times people's cars have been broken into. I think, will it be, is there kind of because I had a profile, I assume it's some kind of a social networking kind of system where like I could have friends in the neighborhood, but I could see their recent activity too.
Right.
Okay.
If they allow you to.
Sure. That makes sense. So you can report things anonymously or as yourself?
We're working on that. The idea first was to not be anonymous because maybe people would mess with that.
Sure.
But we're still determining that. How would you feel about anonymity versus not anonymity?
I could see how it could get out of control. But I also think that there might be, people might be worried about, if they're worried it's like a gang of kids in the neighborhood or something that's doing stuff, they may not want to, put their name out there that they're the ones pointing out what the kids are doing, because they could set themselves up for
retribution.
Right. Which really what you got to do in that situation is just call the cops if you know something.
Sure.
So, I definitely, I think it could definitely get out of hand if you allowed anonymity, because people could just play out their own neighborhood vendettas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, post-test questions.
Okay.
Scale of 1 to 5, 1 being confusing, 5 being clear. How would you rate the organization of information on the screens you viewed?
I'm sorry, 1 was clear.
1 was confusing, 5 being clear.
I would say a 4 easily.
Okay. 1 to 5. Same way. How would you rate the prompts for input on the screens you viewed?
I would say 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a lot of the placeholder text for things, but it seems very clear.
Okay, and 1 to 5, how would you rate your overall experience?
I would say a 4.
Okay. What would you say you liked most about the application?
I think it's a solid idea to be able to track what's going on in your neighborhood and and kind of keep track of the things that you're seeing and trends.
And what would you do to improve? You've already mentioned quite a few things. Anything that you would re-emphasize?
I think that being able to sort by type of event that would be helpful.
Okay, thank you very much for your participation. It's greatly appreciated.